the regulation stuff, I mean, I don't think it should scare people. I really don't think it should, because this isn't something that you can really stop. Like Bitcoin and a lot of these other products are, like HEX, for example, are code. I mean,
Yeah.
it's code that has been created. So
Yep.
it's not, it's not something you can take away or make stop working or anything like that. Now, there may be other things that they can do here and there, but they can't just take that away from you.
Right.
So, yeah, just make sure you're doing things in a DeFi fashion. But I'll let you speak to that on HEX specifically too, because I mean, as far as smart contracts go, I mean, it's probably the best. I mean, with how Richard Hart designed it, the fact that it's been up 100% of the time since it launched. Talk a little bit about that. I'll let you just kind of do, since we are kind of gearing towards, for people that are getting into crypto and worrying maybe about regulation.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the people that like to talk about HEX being a scam and all these problems with it and everything, it's one of the few things in crypto that is really done the right way and is true crypto. So tell me a little bit about, talk a little bit about HEX basically, and why it's mainly foolproof, I think, to a lot of these regulations.
It is. First, I want to touch on the person that you ran across. I do think, as people that care like we do, we kind of do have some sort of responsibility to try and help these people along.
Right.
It can only benefit us down the road, and by benefit us, I mean make communities and people stronger, not benefit us by padding our own wallets or anything like that.
Right.
Who knows what the guy owns, but just for their sake, knowing that people are trying to look out for them, and then when they come back to you later and say, I lost it all, you can say, well, I tried to tell you, I'm sorry.
Right.
I hate to be that guy that says, I told you so. But
Yeah.
at that point, you can just be like, you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
I tried to help you, but we do kind of have some of that responsibility as people that care. So, even if it's a half hour, 45 minutes of our time, I know, our time can get expensive, but um, I think it's worth it to try and lead people in the right direction, at least when you come across them. Now, as far as HEX goes, yeah, I agree completely 100%. We've got a triple audited, there's 2 security audits, 1 economics audit, no admin keys, no backdoors, up and running 3 years with no hiccup whatsoever. So yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. And what we've come to see over the years is usually the people that are yelling scam are the scammers themselves, or they're
Right.
they're just trying to get you into whatever it is that they hold. Eh, See it time and time again. They try to yell the loudest. They pull up these old narratives. Whether you like Richard Hart or not, it doesn't change the fact of all the things that I just listed about what HEX is. Um, the one argument people have is the OA, and we do have to trust them. But you kind of got to have trust in just about any coin that you're in, because if you look at the top 100 addresses of most coins, they're pretty centralized, just like HEX is.
Right.
Over time, they do get diluted, but I can probably send you a list of 20 coins that have way more control than what the OA has in HEX, that I'm sure you've heard of. So,
Yeah.
people have to be aware of that. And some of these narratives that people hear, they're not doing any kind of research, and that's the big thing is look for yourself. When people are screaming that loudly about something, either yes, it's a scam, or the other option is they're intimidated by it, and it scares them. you know it scares them because it could take a portion of the bag that they're holding and trying to get you into. So
Yeah.
I think you just have to be really um, understanding and learn how to do some research. I know, when you tell a brand new person to do your own research, it's not always successful because that brand new person really doesn't know where to start. They don't know what to look into. They don't know um, how to read an audit or anything like that, or where to even find that stuff. Most of them probably have never even heard of Etherscan. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things, and there's a lot of entry courses that are out there. And I know Crypto Coffee has one. It's probably $150. It's pretty cheap for what he offers. And you know, like I said, our time can get expensive. So pointing somebody in that direction, number one, it gives them skin. It puts, they have skin in the game. If they're paying for some education, they're going to care a lot more than if you go to their house and sit down and spend 2 hours and they haven't invested anything.
Very
You
true.
help them get started, you help them do this, you help them do that. They haven't done anything yet, other than throw a few bucks in that they may or may not care about. So I think we need to sort people out that way, by putting them into some of these educational things, where they need to pay a little bit to get educated, and that will just weed them out from the beginning. Because, like I said, once you have skin in the game, you care a lot more. I just
Yeah.
think that's the route we need to start focusing on while we can. While we're chopping around at these levels, whether we go up a little bit, whether we go down a little bit, whether you're right or we get in a fight about the bear market, bull market thing.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We're at good levels, and with our long time horizon, it's going to work out.
Yeah, and you make a great point about having skin in the game. I think not even like in the cost of education, but I think some people maybe just hesitate to get into the market too much because of, it being a volatile asset or just wanting to like fully understand it before they get in or whatever. I mean, if you just throw a few $100s in, even if you're just buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, just to understand it, hold it a little bit, realize, okay, I'm really not getting any returns from this old school Bitcoin thing. And then you want to get into something that offers you a little bit more volatility. I think that that's all valuable. I mean, there are even people, there are people who've been in crypto even for some time that don't transact on the network every day and don't have a lot of familiarity, like doing tons of transactions or whatever, yield farming or whatever it may be, so there's lots. It's kind of like a nice little choose your own adventure thing with crypto. I mean, you
Yeah.
can be a hodler, you can be a swing trader, you can probably get wrecked being a day trader. You can yield farm. I mean, there's so many things you can do. But I think just kind of in the investor mindset of hodling is really what appeals to most people. And hey, if you pick the right ones, which I'll hint right now, you can almost throw a dart and pick a pretty good one. I mean, with where we are, I think in the market and where we're going to go, if you're looking at like the top couple hundred or something like that. So